Wow, Mary McGuire, thank you for joining us as the Executive Director of Mentoring Tucson's Kids, an amazing organization. And you do so much in the community to make a positive impact, and I appreciate it. Um, you were one of the 29 story contributors in the book, Mentoring Lives and Inspires. Hard to do this. And I was wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing today just a general overview of what your story was about.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Trisha.
Yeah.
So my story, I share about just how I grew up in a loving two-parent home. I've got three amazing brothers. My parents are awesome, and still married by a miracle. They do love each other. So I just remember in high school, there were certain things that I just really struggled with feelings of anxiety, depression, uncertainty about the future. My brother is, I think he's got one of those photographic memories, and so we were just very different in our personalities and gifts, and 2 years apart. And so I just remember wishing that I had a mentor, somebody that I could talk to that was just for me. And that I could just kind of share some of the things I was going through and even talk about what does a healthy relationship look like. Um, so I went on to college. I went to a small liberal arts college in Pennsylvania. And it was during my freshman year that being away from home, a completely different side of the country, weather changes, cultural changes, and just even learning how to navigate um, time management. So I really was kind of struggling that first year. And it was during my sophomore year that it was recommended for me to meet with the dean of students for some additional support. And my prior experience with those in authority positions was a very differential power dynamic. And so I just remember our dean of students, his name was Ted, but we called him Teddy, just changed my whole idea of what those in authority um, look like. So it was more of kind of sitting, pulling up a chair, sitting alongside me, and just getting to know me, building a relationship, validating the feelings that I was experiencing, and normalizing everything that I was going through, which was a huge weight off of my shoulders. I just felt like I was just not living up to the standards. And so through that process, just helping me learn different time management skills. He was an advocate, just really incredible. And after that semester, I asked if I could continue meeting with him throughout the rest of my graduation because it was such a huge support. So I thanked him so much at graduation and just attributed that to his role as a mentor in my life. And then I learned that he actually was a mentor to several other students. So we're really thankful for him. And then I came back to Arizona and started working in nonprofits, mental behavioral health, working with children and families, and working in a young adult program through a local nonprofit behavioral health agency. And I had another mentor in my life who just saw different gifts in myself that I didn't see and really helped to draw those out through providing different opportunities for me to get involved in different areas. And she really encouraged me to pursue my master's in social work and was just a huge support as well with helping to manage the workload and going to school. So that was a huge piece as well. And then just kind of going through life, as I'm sure we all do, questioning like, why am I here? What's my purpose? Um, and so during that time as well, starting graduate school in social work, I ended up getting to know a campus minister who started doing Bible studies with me and just learning about faith and purpose and having a relationship with Jesus and how that has changed my life. Like that's really changed my sense of purpose, my identity, and knowing that that we're all going to face struggles, but there's always somebody there that is that's loving us and supporting us. And so I truly have been blessed to have so many incredible mentors in my life at different pivotal moments, that either addressed academic concerns or emotional concerns or spiritual needs. And I honestly would not be here today if it wasn't for those incredible people that I truly believe God placed in my life at very needed times. So that's the condensed version of my mentoring journey. And then 2.5 years ago, I was invited to apply for my current position. I've always had a heart for kids, teenagers, young adults, just knowing that there's so many things that we are not in control of that happen to us, and what a difference a caring adult can make in our lives. Um, so I know that mentoring makes such a positive impact. And when this position opened to take over Mentoring Tucson's Kids, which is a faith-based mentoring program for at-risk youth in Pima County, ages 6 to 17, um, I jumped at it and I fell in love with it. It's a whole lot of work, but it's so worth it. So thanks, Trisha. That's my brief, not so brief story.
And I can only imagine all the benefits that both the students, the kids that receive the mentoring, but also the mentors. And you know, mentoring is such everybody seems to have their own idea of what it might mean. And I'm wondering, do you feel that mentoring benefits just about anyone?
I personally do. I think it really takes somebody who wants to be mentored, that is teachable, that's willing to learn, that has that motivation, because it's not just hearing. It truly is applying what you are learning, and having as a mentor somebody that also is willing, has a good attitude. So great attitudes on both ends, and it's got to be the right fit for both people, because I feel like there's the knowledge content, there's the personality content, and making sure there is that discussion about, like, what does this mentoring relationship look like? Because I found that for some people, they think that mentoring is, once every 6 months. It's kind of a check-in, versus other people that think that it's like a weekly relationship. But I truly believe that if people want a mentor and want to mentor, then it really does benefit both parties.
Because that was my next question. Who do you think might benefit more, the mentee or the mentor? And I think you just answered that question. So I I don't know if you have any additional comments or I mean, you work in the field of mentoring every single day. And I'm sure that you're witness to some pretty inspiring experiences, and maybe youth who um, they're open-minded, but having a good mentor helps inspire them to want to learn. And I don't know, can you think of any, like off the top of your head, one of your great success stories?
Mhm. So there is an incredible mentor who just recently joined our board. She and her mentee were matched when her mentee was 10 and her mentee is now 23. Um, and and we actually recently did a recorded interview, and it's just so beautiful because it really does start with a desire to be available, to have a relationship with somebody. I feel like the non-judgmental attitude is huge, laughter, joy, and just building that relationship. So they started out at age 10 and just spent time together, spent a relationship, building that, and then she helped her apply for college. So she went out of state for college, and they still are connected. So it's just incredible, and it's such a reminder that yes, it could be like a 6 month or a year long commitment, but really after that period ends, that it really is what you both want to make of it. So it can be a lifelong mentoring experience.
That's beautiful. That is awesome. Wow. Well, I won't take any more of your time. I know you're a very busy woman helping a lot of people in the community, and I appreciate all the work that you and your board and your organization, Mentoring Tucson's Kids, is doing. And I just would like to say thank you, and thank you for your story in the book. Oh, goodness. It's like,
There we go. Mentoring lifts and inspires.
right. So, have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you again, Mary.
Thank you, Tricia, so much for having me.
All right, bye.